Welcome to the World History 1 lecture series. At the end of each slide there will be a 10-second delay. Use this time to pause the presentation and complete your notes. When you are done, push play and you will move forward. This lecture will begin in 5 seconds. Welcome to World History 1 Lecture 6.8 on the Fall of Rome. I'll tell you right now, there's no way we're hitting this deadline because Rome wasn't built in a day. What do I mean? Rome was founded by Romulus on the banks of the Tiber River in 753 BCE, and Rome became a republic in 509 BCE. This republic lasted all the way to 48 BCE with the arrival of Julius Caesar. He turned Rome into a dictatorship from 48 to 44 BCE when he was assassinated. And after a series of civil wars, Rome became an empire in 31 BCE. So it took 739 years for Rome to go from its beginnings to almost its height. Then we have the Pax Romana, or Roman peace, which lasted from 14 to 180 CE. That's almost 200 years of Rome being at the height of its civilization. Then something happens. Rome splits in 286 CE. Rome reunites in 326 CE. Rome splits permanently in 426 CE. And Rome falls in 476 CE. So, Rome slowly rises to greatness, and Rome slowly fades away. With that said, let's go to the next slide. What happens to the Romans? Well, they were declined. No, not that declined. The Roman Empire declines because of three major issues within the empire. Political issues in and out of Rome, economic issues, what keeps everyone economically happy, and social issues, what becomes of Rome's moral compass. It will take about 300 years for these issues to finally lead to the end of Roman civilization in 476 CE. So there are issues inside the Roman Empire that will slowly tear it apart. Go to the next slide. Rome faces a lot of problems, but that's not the issue. The issue is that Rome never solves these problems, and over a period of time, these problems slowly destroy the empire. One major problem is that the empire is run by weak emperors and administrators. No longer is Rome run by the likes of Augustus Caesar. Now Rome is run by men who are either too weak to get anything done or incompetent. They can't run the empire. This is a problem because there is a lack of clear rules for imperial succession. Who becomes emperor? The emperor doesn't say who the next emperor is going to be. Whoever is the strongest man when the emperor dies becomes the next emperor, usually with a bloody fight. Finally, there is a decline in military discipline. Roman citizens do not want to serve in the army and instead pay mercenaries who are not loyal to the empire to fight for them. Roman citizens are no longer protecting Rome. Go to the next slide. The problems with having political issues inside of Rome is that there's no way to deal with political issues outside of Rome. Increasing invasions cannot be stopped, and the empire gets smaller. Rome is invaded by the Huns, and the Goths, and the Visigoths, and the Ostrogoths, and the Anglos, and the Saxons. There is no way to protect the entire empire. So, The empire splits into the Eastern and Western empires in 268 CE. This split does not last for long. Emperor Constantine reunites the empire in 326 CE and moves the capital to Byzantium, renamed Constantinople. Rome is no longer the capital of the empire. The new Roman capital is Constantinople, which is out of the way of all of these invasions. The empire splits permanently in 395 CE, and there are major Germanic barbarian invasions from 450 to 500 CE. The Eastern Roman Empire, built to last. The Western Roman Empire, time's up. Go to the next slide. The Roman Empire also faces major economic issues. Rome increases taxes to support the defense of the empire by mercenaries. If you're going to get other guys to fight your wars, you got to find some way to pay for it. And because of this, there is a devaluation of currency to pay in part for the mercenary army. We are facing major financial problems, and then add to that widespread use of slavery, increasing overall employment. We're fighting wars, we're ruining our economy, we're using slaves instead of plebeians. Is it me, or did a lot of this lead to the fall of the Roman Republic? Well, let's add some additional things. The population of the empire declines from its height of 45 million people in 100 CE. In the middle of the Pax Romana, there are 45 million Romans. That's going to decline significantly because climate change leads to crop failures and mass starvation. These are new, and Roman civilization is not going to be able to get around these problems. Go to the next slide. The other issues faced by the Roman Empire will lead to major social issues, and it's these social issues that will lead to the end of Roman civilization. There is civil conflict, many civil wars due to high unemployment. Plebeians are desperate. They are homeless, they are unemployed, and they are starving to death. And now they are directly attacking patricians and Roman institutions. There is a moral decay within the traditional family system. No longer is the macho guy in charge. Now families are falling apart. Citizens lose their faith in the concept of the empire, and many convert to Christianity. They are lost, they are confused, they are perplexed, they are disoriented and bewildered. They don't know what to believe in anymore when it comes to Rome, so they flock to Christianity for answers. Finally, there is a decreased military discipline. The army falls apart. There is no longer authority in the Roman Empire. Don't follow me. I'm lost too. It is all lost, and the Roman Empire will end. Go to the next slide. The Roman Empire will end, but the end of the Roman Empire is kind of misleading. You see, we've broken into the Western Roman Empire and the Eastern Roman Empire. The fall of Rome is when the reign of the last emperor of the Western Roman Empire ends in 476 CE. That part of the empire run by Rome the city will end. That civilization will collapse. Welcome to the Dark Ages. The Eastern Roman Empire becomes the Byzantine Empire. This part of the Roman Empire survives. It gets through all of the problems that took out the Western Empire. Unit 7, here we come. That's it for this lecture, and I look forward to seeing you in class.